Oh, hey, look, it's the Jim Freeland Show here at the Oracle Broadcast Network. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Oracle Broadcast Network. We had some sort of technical issues. Robin Freeland we actually did go live. Yes, Robin Freeland is now over. So it was halfway through the show that I realized that that the network had gotten the server straightened out. And I just didn't. I didn't have the time to hop back over into it. So we're live. Pardon me, Jim Freeland Show here at the Oracle Broadcast Network. You can email Jim Freeland, at truthrising@gmail.com. You can go to againstthewall.info and hit the donate button if you want to help me keep this show up and running and help it get better. I would like to move along. I would like to get a little more involved in things. And I'd like to be able to bring a better show. It takes donations. So if you have a chance, if you have it, hit the donate button over at againstthewall.info. Otherwise, don't worry about it. We know that our shows are listened to by mostly working class folks, so we don't get ass hurt if you don't have any money to donate to the show, so don't worry about that. But if you do donate, every little bit helps. The show's, my show and all the other shows are pretty much independent, and we pretty much function on donations. So there you have it. If you can do it, if not, I love you still. I still love you. All right, the Jim Freeland Show here at the Oracle Broadcast Network. Call-in number. And we will keep the phone lines open. 866-841-1065. That's 866-841-1065. Okay, so here we are live. I pretty much used up all my good ammo during the Robin Freeland Show. How about this one? Congress declined to vote on the relief package for victims of Superstorm Sandy. Pretty odd that they, picked Sandy, Superstorm Sandy, Sandy Hook, 9+2.
Oh, Sandy Bay. Oh, I'm sorry. That was the Grease song. Yeah, that is odd. I never realized that.
I didn't either.
Well, you know how it goes.
I should have never broke into John Travolta.
No, dude,
I apologize.
You should have kept John Travolta.
I sincerely apologize.
I'm out of it.
We are. Yeah, this is the Thursday roundtable edition of the Jim Freeland Show. I'm sorry if you guys missed the live Robin Freeland Show. It just happened that way. It wasn't.
I did record it. You could always throw it up on your website.
Yeah, I will. I'll toss the archive up and I'll get it over so that you can find the podcast later on. Let's see. Starbucks to sell $1 reusable plastic cups at U.S. locations. Oh, goody.
Yeah, and an $8 coffee to go in.
And an $8 coffee to go with.
Yeah, that makes sense, dude. I think the same people running that ad probably have a good spot in the Fed.
All right. Well, we've done our predictions, right? Yeah. Everybody's done a prediction.
That was so yesterday, JJ.
That was so yesterday.
Or even the day before.
Hey, can I say happy birthday to my wife and
I can
my
do it too.
daughter?
I would like to say, hey,
Lord.
It's your birthday, hey.
Hey, actually, for those who don't know, my daughter's name is Haley, and JJ finds that to be too many letters, apparently, so he just refers to her as hey.
It's cute. She thinks it's creepy, but I think it's cute. She probably thinks, why is this creepy old dude calling me hey and singing songs? It's because I love Kurt, I love Jody, and I love their entire family.
The happy birthday, Haley. Happy birthday, Jody.
Happy birthday to Jody Williams, who's upstairs right now listening, probably giggling. Jody, happy birthday. Hey, it's your birthday. We could do the traditional happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You look like a monkey. You smell like one too. All right. Happy birthday to, seriously, happy birthday, Jody. Happy birthday, Haley. You guys are both important, and I love you both. All right. Happy birthday. All right, so we'll move right along. Moving right along here. Hey, man, did you guys notice last night the Midnight Rider was back at Oracle?
I have yet to catch that show one time, but I have heard nothing but great stuff about it.
Mike Chambers.
Yeah. Mike's
So I call him the Midnight Rider. That used to be one of the shows he did. He's doing a 3-day stay, 3 days at Oracle. Who knows who's going to fill the time slot? I'm not allowed to speculate. But all I know, is this is the Midnight Rider, baby. If we could get him back, that would be an asset, man. We love you, Mike Chambers. Whether you come back to Oracle or not, the people here love some Mike Chambers. Happy birthday to everybody whose birthday is today, especially the people that I care about. Let's see. Tea Party Republicans flaunted their nihilist extremism during the fiscal cliff negotiations. Of course they did. It's a big battle. They're battling each other over, over who to throw. Really, to me, they're battling over who to throw over the fiscal cliff. All right, we'll read this one. Well, the first banker. Now, here's one thing that, people want that you need to understand is Iceland has a total population of under 1 million people, right?
I'm not sure what it is.
I think there's I think their total population is like 900,000 people. But either way, it doesn't matter. They just sentenced their first banker. And I know we sort of touched on it, I think, earlier. The first banker sentenced to 9 months with 6 months suspended. So that means the very most he's going to serve is 3 months. They asked for 5 years, but they only got so 3. So from what I'm able to gather here, 3 bankers were all given 90-day sentences with 60 days of them suspended, which means you'll only have to do 30 days. So for scamming, what is it? About $10 billion. Let's see. So 30 days. I mean, I guess it's better than nothing.
No. I just found Iceland's
30 days in jail, but
Iceland's population as of the 1st of January this year, or 2012, excuse me, was 319,000.
Yeah.
So it's
Less than a half a
very
million
low.
people. Yeah.
And that's only up a little over 1,000 people from January 1st of 2011. So put that in perspective.
300,000, 300 million.
Yeah. What they got accomplished with, little over 300,000 people, and we can't seem to do that here.
No, because there's just, our population is so large, 300 million, that yet we don't have the numbers yet, dude. We just really don't have the numbers yet. People are still buying the whole government, the idea of government that we need. And to be sure, we do need, a form of government, some sort, whether it's decentralized local governments. I don't really believe that we need all these ginormous, bloated, centralized government and centralized planning. All that's done is just really destroyed our entire way of life. Conned us all into thinking that, more is better, quality, quantity. When I was a kid, it was quality over quantity, And nowadays, I think most people scream the quantity over quality mantra. And I was reading this piece earlier today about how the reason why oil or gas is over $3 a gallon, the whole supply demand argument. And then the question they never answer is, well, how come gasoline isn't below $2 a gallon then, like it was before 2008? Because supply is down, or demand is down, supply is up. The price should be back down to where it was before the crisis started. But no. Nope.
Not going to happen.
Just not going to happen. Anyways, what's that?
Oh, I was just...
Okay. So anyhow, at least they have, they did arrest him. They have started, man. They've started the process of healing. Yeah, there's still elites there and bankers that they didn't get that are probably still in operation. But they're going to be a lot more careful. Let's see. Should we do this? Should we compare America's failure in Afghanistan to the Soviets in 1989?
Yeah, I saw that. I did not read the article, so I would like to hear about it.
All right. Let's see. What does this article have to say from antiwar.com? I actually like antiwar.com.
Mm-hmm.
I do
Now,
too.
don't forget, I've taken over. We're pimping the Robin Freeland website. By the end of the weekend, it'll look a lot better. I've got a few people that are gonna, sort of keep against the wall up and running, so that I can focus some attention over here to the Robin Freeland show, which is great because, two heads are better than one. And I want the Robin Freeland show website, robinfreeland.com, to be a really nice website. And so go to robinfreeland.com, hit the donate button there. You can hit the chip in button there and donate to Robin Freeland if you want. But anyways, at any rate, the Jim Freeland show is just going to be part of the Robin Freeland show, robinfreeland.com. Against the Wall is going to be its own news site. Thing of it is right now it's just a news aggregate. I don't have enough money to start paying people, and I'm not going to pay somebody to rewrite an article either. I'm not going to pay people to rewrite articles, that they've scammed off of other people, which is what most of the the journalism done in the alternative world is just people rewriting articles, taking an article, rewriting it, using some of their own words. I'm not paying for that. If I'm just going to be a news aggregate, that's all I'm going to be, is a news aggregate. You can go to Against the Wall. You can go to the Robin Freeland website, robinfreeland.com, and you'll be able to get the top headlines every single day. You're not going to have to sift through all the crap. So,
single day.
Air day.
Air day.
Air day. All right, the young president is sent to the office. Let's see. I'm trying to get to the nuts and bolts of this article here. One of the major,
The bread and butter.
The bread and butter.
Potatoes.
Let's see. The young president sent to the office has changed. Decides to end the costly, unpopular war in Africa, is looking for an exit with honor by pledging long-term financial support to allies in Kabul, while urging reconciliation with the insurgency. While we drone bomb their brothers and sisters along the Afghan-Pakistan border. Some advisors lobby for a deliberately slow withdrawal. Propose leaving thousands of troops behind to train. If it was such a big deal, right, the Soviets would be in on it. The Soviets would be supporting our enemies in Afghanistan, and they're not. So, you got to wonder what really is going on there. Supposedly we have to do something about Russia. We're right at their doorstep right now with thousands of troops, and they don't seem to have a problem with it. So, Oh, look, Jody's in the chat room. Happy birthday again, Jody.
Hey, Jody, happy birthday.
I feel horrible that you're stuck on a couch with a cast on your foot, but life goes on. My mom says happy birthday, so everything's good.
That's it.
That's it, man. Nothing else.
And it was put on Facebook, so it is official.
It is official. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, you laugh, but I mean, we've heard people say, "Hey, look, I told you happy birthday on the phone. I mean, you heard my voice, but I didn't see it on Facebook."
Oh, what? Oh, I don't get a happy birthday on Facebook. I did though, man. On my birthday, I got a lot of cool ass happy birthdays. Really made me realize that there's a few haters, but by and large, y'all love me. Thanks. I felt really happy, and I hope that everybody extends the same warmth to Kurt's wife today, her 28th birthday.
Everybody has a 28th.
Happy 28th, Jody. 28 years young.
You're making
today.
me sound like an old creepy guy now.
Kurt is a creepy old bastard.
Mr. Manson.
Let's see. The major difference between the U.S. in 2014 and the Soviet Union in 1989 is the U.S. is not leaving Afghanistan. But we did leave Afghanistan in 1989. We created the Mujahideen. We funded them, right? We funded them. We got Soviets to realize that it was so costly that they couldn't stay there anymore, and that now the one thing that they did that we're not going to do is they left because their economy was sunk, crashed because of this war. Now everybody wants to give all these other reasons why the Soviet Union fell. They bankrupted themselves, just like the United States has bankrupted itself with these wars. There's a lot of other reasons, but reason number one for the bankrupting of the United States is these wars. It's the trillions of dollars we've spent. It's, and it's all of that. And we're staying. That's the big difference is, the big difference is we're not going to leave Afghanistan, even though Joe Biden says we're leaving Afghanistan. The U.S. is working, behind the scenes with the government, with the, illegitimate. They call it the democratically elected government, but it's not. It's the illegitimate puppet regime put in place by the United States to make sure that the right drug pushers and dealers stay in power there. Oh no, it's for, we're there for to keep, we don't even know why we're there anymore.
No, we don't.
There is no Taliban there. There is no, Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda's in Syria now, and Lebanon or Libya.
Al-Qaeda's in Africa too, right?
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere, but we're still. Oh, update to the girl. Okay, we'll read this one too. Let me just finish here, though. As long as let's see. So, yeah, we're going to keep at least 10,000 troops there. It says here from perhaps until 2024. I mean, are we going to leave Iraq? We built an embassy there, right? As big as the Vatican. We're pumping money out of it. We're never leaving Iraq. We're never leaving Afghanistan. We'll say we are, but we're not.
We'll just call it something else.
Well, yeah, they'll change. I mean, did we ever leave Japan?
Right.
Did we ever leave Germany? Did we ever leave South Korea?
We set up shop anywhere that we go and drop
we left
on the ground.
Vietnam? Maybe we don't have. Do we? Vietnam was a bad one.
We did leave Vietnam.
Yeah, I think we might have left Vietnam, but there's probably bases there now, though.
Yeah, there probably are.
That one I'll have to look up. I sound ignorant on that one because I don't know. I shouldn't have mentioned it.
We opened relations with them again, I believe, last year.
Well, the United States is just not. See, and the thing of it is because they don't care. Our government doesn't care about us. So they're not going to admit defeat, failure, that it was a bad idea.
And I'm pretty certain that
and we can always blame the last president instead of blaming ourselves.
I'm sure Vietnam is probably going to be included in that Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Of course.
Which is why we're over there shaking hands. Growth market.
All right,
Places where you can
Jules,
have your
cover
business.
this. Let's cover this one you just popped in for me.
Yeah, that looks like a press release almost from the place that's going against them.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you cover this.
But all right, let me bring it up. Yeah, this is a press release from the Rutherford Institute. I honestly don't know who they are, but let's find out. It says Rutherford Institute calls on court to reject Texas schools' motion to dismiss case of Texas student expelled for refusing to wear an RFID tracking badge. The reason why I found it interesting was because you had gone over this story quite at length back a month or two ago when this happened. So let's find out what's going on. It says attorneys for the Rutherford Institute have asked a federal court to reject a motion by the Northside Independent School District to dismiss the case of a public high school student penalized over her objections to being forced to wearing an RFID tracking badge in school, insisting that the case presents important questions about Andrea Hernandez's right to be free from unwanted invasion of privacy. Attorneys for the Rutherford Institute are pressing for the case to move forward. So, how do I feel about that? So the school's ready to dismiss the case and move on, and the Rutherford Institute is standing on grounds of precedent where they want this case to go forward to be able to set the future. So I don't know.
Have no case law if you don't.
Right, that's true. And this could be then repeating itself across schools across the country.
Yeah, no,
So
they need to keep this case in court. They need it to be adjudicated
Yeah.
so that other people can use the case law, so that other people can use it. Not that our justice system works like that anymore, but let's see. They launched a program, Student Locator. We already know about that. All right, so yeah, so that I agree that that they should keep that case in the court because they need an adjudication of it. They need it to be adjudicated. They need it to be official. I'm trying to find something worth talking about.
There was that drone story, the obligatory drone story about Kansas.
Okay. I didn't catch that one.
Oh, scroll up a few. Warrant, the title is Warrant Required Kansas City Lawmaker Working to Limit Domestic Drone Usage. So, bonus. This made me happy to see that at least somebody is trying to pass some laws to protect our privacy. There was a story that came out, probably a month or so ago, if you remember. I'm pretty sure you talked about it in regards to the guy. I think it was some sort of drug charge he was busted for, and they caught him on camera via drone on his property, and he had quite a bit of property. I don't remember how many acres, but he had been taking someone around showing him his growing operations. And the guy's lawyer had come out and said, but wait, that evidence isn't admissible because you did not have a search warrant. It was before you had attained a search warrant that you took those photographs. It went to the higher courts, and the higher courts came back and ruled that no, there was no search warrant required because your expectation of privacy was only within a certain small distance of your abode on your property, and that out, on your 10 or 20
40.
acres or whatever.
You're out in the back 40.
Yeah, that no longer.
You're in your house, right? Then you can expect privacy. But if you head out to the back 40, that's it.
You can't even. I mean, they have TVs with cameras and stuff in them now. They're recording on your cell phone. So, I mean, that ruling was total BS. But, yeah, the higher courts came back and said that on your property outside of the small confines of, being within the boundaries of your property of your house, you have no expectation. So in Kansas now, they are working to try to protect some of those.
Well, as it stands in Kansas right now, they don't need a search warrant. And then any evidence that they gather in any manner is admissible.
Wow.
Again, man, it's the whole thing where, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, you got nothing to worry about. What if I'm not doing anything wrong? You have no reason to surveil me.
Right.
Get a freaking warrant. Do things right. Let's go. I mean, come on. I don't even have a problem with, warrants and search warrants and police. It's the fact that they're above the law now that I have a problem with. I have a problem with, the end of probable cause. I have a problem with the end of, due process. The problem is they're saying, well, the reason we have so much crime is because we give you guys so much, leeway in the criminal justice system. From now on, if you're a criminal, you're a criminal. We can't have any leeway. There's either criminals or non-criminals.
We're all suspects.
And you've got to be able to prove you're a non-criminal. And they make just about everything in your home right now contraband.
JJ, it's a great point because when when you had some family matters to deal with earlier in the week, and I sat in with Jules. It was actually during the Jim Freeland show when Mr. Jimmy Funky joined me and played a clip for me, and he said exactly that. When you said quit trying to, you're either a criminal or you're not, and this one retired NYPD cop, they had a big conference with a bunch of others concerning police accountability, and he said, quit trying, don't talk to a cop. Quit trying to prove something to the cop. Just don't talk to them.
Well, this is the way I've always dealt with cops. Well, no.
maybe you ought to reframe that.
Yeah. Well, the way I've always dealt with them is your job is to catch me. My job is to get away. But no, in fact, whenever I've been caught by the police, never answer any questions.
Never.
Just say, listen, I'm not going to answer any questions. Am I under arrest? And if you're under arrest, then you immediately zip your lips. Don't say another word.
And another great point.
And just remember, if you're just sitting there casually talking to a cop, every word you say is admissible in court.
When did...
Doesn't matter if they read you your rights.
If they know that you're guilty, have you ever been questioned when you're being arrested? No, you had the cuffs slapped on you. They don't sit and question you if they know.
Well,
for
they
sure,
try to trick you into admitting that you did something.
Exactly, and they'll use techniques like, "Hey, what are you doing around here? What are you doing out tonight?" Just and the cop said it may seem very benign. It may not even you seem out of the ordinary, and you'll play right along with it. And then next thing you know, the questions get more intrusive. And they start coercing you more and more, and then that gets into the let me see your ID, and then they run your name, blah blah blah, and it's just don't even talk to him. Stand there. The guy had his hands folded in front of him. Stand there and just look at him.
Well, yeah. Well, there's a lot of ways. I mean, I try to avoid the confrontations. I never answer any of their questions. I mean, look, yeah, you answer the ones like. You really don't answer any questions. I tell them who I am, and that's it. I refuse to answer questions. I always say, I don't know. I mean, and when I do answer a question, like they could catch me with a joint in my hand and ask me if I smoke pot, and I'll tell them, no, hell no. That stuff's illegal. I don't smoke that stuff. Just don't talk to the cops. You don't talk to them. Because every word you say, look, they're trained on how to trick you into saying something, and every word you say will be used against you.
And that comes right from them. This isn't something that we're speculating on. No.
The thing of it is a cop can't decide your guilt, your innocence, or your guilt. They either arrest you or they don't arrest you, and if they arrest you, that's it. Their job is over. Other than to transport you to the jail.
You are listening to the home of Cutting Edge Talk Radio. This is OracleBroadcasting.com.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light system today, complete with 2 black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at goberkey.com. That's goberkey.com today.
Are you looking to start a website or online business but don't know what you need or where to start? From the business owner to the individual who desires the best in web hosting on a small budget, Bluehost is your complete web host. Bluehost is trusted by millions as the best web hosting solution because they make it simple and it works. With Bluehost, there are never any hidden fees. They provide free instant setup and anytime money-back guarantee. Bluehost handles every aspect of your hosting so you can feel confident that if there is a problem, you won't have to deal with 5 different companies to get your problem solved. Bluehost has what others don't. Unlimited domain hosting, unlimited gigabyte hosting space, unlimited email accounts, a free domain name, free site builder with templates. To find out more and get started today, click the Bluehost banner at oraclebroadcasting.com.
HempUSA.org has moved and expanded its operations for faster worldwide shipping. Our product line has grown from 5 to nearly 100 items in less than 5 years. Our food is grown naturally, always chemical-free, not found in stores. Great for daily intake and perfect for your emergency storage shelter. Call 908-691-2608 or visit HempUSA.org and see what our powder, seeds, and oil can do for you. HempUSA.org has a revolutionary wonder food for detoxing the body and rebuilding the immune system. Microplant powder can help unclog arteries and soften heart valves while removing heavy metals, virus, fungus, bacteria, and parasites. Plus, it cleans and purifies the blood, lungs, stomach, and colon. Keep your body clean with Microplant powder. Visit us at HempUSA.org or call 908-691-2608 today.
And we're back live, the Jim Freeland Show here at the Oracle Broadcast Network. That said, we'll move along here. Let's see. I did have this article here, all right. Unmanned military planes flying over Virginia. So, we've talked about it, 30,000 drones. Well, it wasn't just, idle chatter. They're there. They're out there now. Let's see. This one comes out of Virginia Beach. Small unmanned surveillance planes routinely hum over Virginia Beach, but few residents seem to know about them. Huh. Wonder why.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Kurt's spamming my brother's keeper. Hey, I'll take just a second here to mention that. Listen, Kurt Williams, Room 101, radio.net. He's created a new site, a page with a forum for victims of these police murders. And you can find My Brothers with a Z, mybrotherskeeper.com, and you can go there and you're going to find a forum, a place that you can talk to, a place where like a sort of a support panel, a panel of people who have been through, having their loved ones murdered by the police. And then, it'll be a sort of I don't know exactly what it'll be, but I'm hoping it'll be a place where people can support each other from across the country, people that wouldn't normally have gotten together, people like, Kelly Thomas, his father, people that that have had these things happen to them, to be able to help other people through the same sort of situation, because it's tragic when you're when your son is killed by a drunk driver, and then you have, then you can go after the drunk driver, you
Right.
know, and, oh, I hope he gets life. But, there's really not a whole lot you can do when your loved one is murdered by the police.
Yeah, it's a completely different story, and that was a perfect description. Thank you, sir, for the time. That was a perfect description of the forum. It's my first run at a forum, so we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. You guys can help by supporting it. You guys can help support it by just going to mybrotherskeepers.com, liking and hanging out. Maybe add something to the forum. Wow, it's getting cold down here in the man cave. The military aircraft in Virginia are the same drones the U.S. government uses regularly to spy on Taliban fighters in Afghanistan. There you have it, you boys, you folks down in Virginia, here in upstate New York, all over the United States. They are using military drones here in the United States. The Air Force plans to use our Air Force drones. They call them planes. This is pilotsonline.com. This isn't it's not an alternative news site. So I'm sure when we read through it, it's going to sound like it's okay. Like these aren't, this
Very
isn't
benign.
Yeah. Here, the Air Force, they call them Air Force planes, are used to train members of Special Operations Forces who, in turn, will be expected to pilot these drones overseas. Also, they're trained. Well, I guess I should have read the whole article. They're using them as test flights over Virginia. I'm not worried about it, says one resident. I understand they've got to do some things they can't necessarily talk about. Bull crap.
Why can't they?
Bull crap. Stop acting like that. That's the reason they can do any goddamn thing they want.
Exactly.
That's the reason they can geoengineer the clouds and then say you're a lunatic. If that's the way. That's the reason they can do whatever they want and not tell you about it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just. I mean, if I came to your house, right? If you opened up your window one day and I was out back digging a hole, digging up your yard, right? And you came out and asked me what I was doing, I said, "Don't worry about it."
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I'd
I'm
be
doing
worried.
it for you.
Got this.
I'm doing this for you. Don't worry about it.
As you're hosing off the chipper shredder.
Go inside and make yourself a sandwich, huh?
Hey, go after
I
your
got
mother, all
this.
right? What, are you still here?
I thought I told you go make a sandwich.
I thought I told you to go do something already. No, I mean, but think about it. So, I mean, if I told you, hey, don't worry about it, I'm doing this for your own good. I'm digging this hole out back, destroying your property.
You'll
but
thank me later.
It's for your own good. Would you accept that? Why the hell would you accept that from our government, that they're doing things they can't necessarily talk about?
Right.
Bullshit. Transparency.
And those are probably the same people that would not accept you digging a hole in their yard, but expect transparency at the federal level.
Yeah.
So it's almost a double think. They have two contrary beliefs. It's ridiculous. But you're absolutely right. That's why they can continue to do the things they do, because we're like, hey, we don't need to know that. Bull.
Yeah. Just keep me safe. Oh, yeah, and send my welfare check.
Right.
Send me a check. But keep me safe. No, look at it. Look at it like this. All right, listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. Empires fall, right? But don't make yourself a target.
No.
You want to try to stick around, don't you? You want to try to stick around for the outcome. You want to see the end of the show. And you can't, if you're like me, your RMS kicks in. You never get to see the end of the show. You know what I mean?
Taken out at intermission.
Exactly. You never get to see the end of the show if you just jump off, and make yourself a target. So I made myself a target. You guys need to get out there and realize that, Nemo said it the other day, and I always call it, everybody wants a solution, but it has to be the easy button, the Office Max easy button, BAP!
Done.
Solution, done, solved. It's got to happen by tomorrow morning, and it's got to happen, and it can't You know, it can't. I can't be asked to give any effort. It just has to happen. And Nemo called it, you know, drive-through solutions. You know, pull up. Yeah, I'll have a
side of
I'll
economic
have,
recovery.
I'll have some freedom with a little bit of liberty and a tall cup of, you know, economic reform.
You know what? Give me a large end the war.
Yeah, it's just.
It's perfect.
And the thing of it is it's not. We're so, you know, look at all empires.
Damn,
Look,
I forgot to order the Ron Paul.
I forgot to order extra Ron Paul.
Always forget.
I was going to order extra freedom this year, and I didn't. I saved up
with the drive-through.
Yeah, I saved up enough money for extra liberty, and I didn't get it, man. I could have. I dropped the ball. No, but, you know.
Yeah, it's very true. And it's a good point, too. Yeah.
Well, the solutions are exactly what we're doing, you know. But the one thing that will keep this thing perpetuating forever or in perpetuity, excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry. I know words. I am American and I do know words.
Words in my friend.
Yeah, duh. Yeah, I use words.
I like them.
All right, now let me stop acting like I am. I am, you know, I may not have been, you know, properly or formally educated, but I am well-spoken and I am properly trained in etiquette and things like that. You know, I've just tried to be funny here on the show, but yeah, listen, we're in the midst of something, and the one thing that we're losing sight of is the fact that there is no epic battle, you guys. You got to stop waiting for this epic battle to change things in your own life. And you know what I mean? There has always, even in the Roman Empire, there's always been activists. There's always been elite scumbag filth. Mm-hmm. Just be an activist, all right? Stop attacking others. and I'm just as guilty as anyone else. I'm not saying that of, you know, getting angry and acting out, but you know, we couldn't change anything if we can't, you know, find a way to care about each other.
Agreed.
And we can't, you know, you have to be the world you want to live in. I mean, if you want to live in a world of, you know, of vengeance and retribution, and a world of, you know, armed revolutionaries, then that's the way you act. I don't. Now, I have this forum and I have this venue, but and I get to use my opinions, and I get to use this to tell people what I feel. I read articles about, you know, on a broader sense. I talk about how I feel about things, which is just me. I mean, I read a lot. You know, and I realize that regardless, because I spent so much time in prison, and you are in prison now, all right? But I spent all this time in a smaller prison. And I realized that life does go on, that you can say, well, you know, they've got it in for me, but you still are going to have to deal with other people. You're still going to have respect. You're still going to have some sort of ally. All right? The system never stopped. I tried to tell people every day I was in prison, if we sat down right now and told them we're not racking in, there's nothing they could do about it. But they'd take the TV and then we wouldn't get mail. No, they couldn't. Not if we all did it. But, you know, that's why I'm labeled a management problem. That's why they just move me around from facility to facility. Because they can't keep me at any one place long enough to get everybody to sit down and refuse to go to work, which I do. The minute you put me in a facility, the first thing I do, anywhere I go, the first thing I do is get together and try to tell everybody, let's make things change right now. But they won't. And it's because, you know, in the small prisons and in this large one, people are afraid to have that happen to them, you know, or, you know, to stand out. It's okay if something happens to them, if ish happens, and this is the way it goes, but to initiate this, like most people don't mind, like if they're getting pulled over and or if something happens and they become, like, you know, actively fed up, and they escalate from there to the whole F you and screw the state and I'm making my stand. But very few people want to get together and say, wait a minute. We're making our stand before you screw the state. You know, we're sitting down now. We're going to end this before it begins. No, they don't want to do that.
No.
They want to get every last bit, you know, they want to get all the crack smoking time they can before, you know what I'm saying? I always use crack smoking, but I'm just saying it's the feel good thing. It's, you know, we live in America and there's no losers. You know, we give trophies to kids who are on the worst team in the league. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We don't teach them how to win. We teach them that, you know, you're all the same, not us. Not the government. We're different. We're better. But you guys are all the same. Mm-hmm. You're all equal. None of you care. None of you matter. I can have a gun to protect myself from you, but you can't have a gun to protect yourself from me.
Right.
I have legal protections from you. You have none from me.
Very well said.
Thank you.
Point blank, bottom line right there. I have nothing to add to that. You said everything I was thinking while I was listening to you.
Bravo.
I know, and I know I really pissed some people off by not, you know, by poking fun at them. Because I'm just as against the ADL and APAC as the next guy. But I really just poke a lot of fun at some people. Guys, don't take me too seriously when I'm poking fun at you. I'm on the same side of the freaking street as you guys, all right? But I just see certain ridiculousness, and I just poke fun at you and have fun with it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we did. I did hear somebody else covering the story, the little boy that pointed his finger and said bang or
pew, 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 pew. Oh, it's a war zone over here in the man cave.
You know,
pew, 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 pew.
Dianne Feinstein can say, we're coming after you, but you can't say we're coming at. You can't tell somebody you're coming after them because that makes you a terrorist. Don't you see? It's the system. And we're all in prison right now. And in prison,
you can't go pew.
Yeah, you don't have any protection from the administration.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And there are times when, in prison where we all had each other's back. No, we didn't do a major sit down, but when we saw something happen to somebody, we all gave our testimony. We stood behind a guy, that may have gotten a charge or something for something he didn't do in there because it was initiated. The cops initiate all kinds of trouble. They start all kinds of crap. And so, we're just going to have to, learn that we are in prison. Yeah, you're allowed to work. You're allowed to go to work.
Pew, pew, pew. But just don't go pew, pew, pew while you're at work.
Yeah. No, you're allowed to go to work, but you're in prison, man.
Yeah.
Because you're not allowed to question authority. And they can change the rules and the regulations without asking you. You dig?
I dig.
I dig. What's coming up on Sunday's edition of Room 101 Radio, Kurt?
I
put you out on Front Street.
You did. Because, I was asked this last night and put right out there, and I guess I'll still have to give the same response. I'm working on that today. Usually Wednesday and on is when I start. I use a few days.
Well, I got Gigi Bowman. Gigi, I just called her. Gigi Bowman coming on next week.
Who is that?
She was a Liberty Party candidate, but she's also an advocate, an outspoken proponent of selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors.
Oh, okay. That should be a great show.
She's on our side. She's one of us, and she'll be coming on this show. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about. I'll call her. I'll get in touch with her sometime this week. But you can be sure that it'll be liberty-minded.
Awesome. Sounds great.
Yeah.
As far as Room 101, you'll just have to tune in, I guess, 9 a.m. Eastern, Sunday morning to find out. Of course, the second half is always police terrorism related.
Yes.
First half is usually open.
All right, 13 killed. Yeah, so we in the last 3 days we've killed 13 people in Pakistan. There's no outcry,
and that's okay. But
where's
it's
the
not
ban
for
on
little
drones?
Timmy.
Yeah,
you know that's okay, but it's not okay for little Timmy to go pew pew pew.
Right.
I know.
It's
All of a sudden,
ridiculous.
I wonder if
Needs to be taken
Pakistan.
down.
I wonder if the Pakistanis have banned drones. No, I'm just kidding. Because it doesn't matter if they ban them. We're separate people. We're ruled. Let's see. What else do we have for today? Just not a lot. It's either fiscal cliff that we didn't go off, but they didn't actually remove the problem. The cliff is still there. They just sort of like, you know what I mean? They added a boulder. They added a boulder to weigh us down so we don't. So we'll, it's sort of retarded our slip. It's been slightly retarded for a minute. Let's see. I want to go. What direction should we go? We have about 4 minutes left in the show. Look, sometime next week I'll have my friend Kathy back on. She's had time to gather her thoughts.
Awesome.
She said she'd like to come on and do 2-hour show where we answered calls and questions. I mean, mind you, she's not an insider. She isn't part of the planning or anything. She's just a resident there.
Just lives there.
Yeah.
Making some observations.
Well, I will say this. Anybody that thinks that no children were killed there is crazy. I won't go into any more because there is just so many things that don't add up. But I'm going to stick to my guns and say, look, a lot of these tragedies, would be cleared up if we were to address the pedophilia problem. I mean, they sit there and they protect themselves and leave us with no protection. And we're going to continue to have these issues, these mass shootings. It's not a gun thing. If you keep raping kids and putting them on antipsychotic drugs, the thing of it is Columbine wasn't even really the Columbine shooting. From all the evidence gathered, the shooting part was not in the planning. They'd planned on a bomb. It was the whole thing was planned on. And that's why there are a lot of stories of other shooters in the building. We already know that the snipers were just shooting indiscriminately into the windows of the school. But again, if there wasn't a whole bunch of shooting involved, you couldn't, go on these major gun grab. So it doesn't matter. Even if we, like I said before, if we got rid of every Jew, we'd still have bankers in a system. If we got rid of every goddamn gun, we'd still have these frickin' pedophile rapists who are raping our children, putting them on antipsychotic drugs and just waiting for them to snap. Pushing them, edging them along. And when they do, maybe give them a little hand, making sure that they get maximum effort out of them.
And you'll still have the thugs running around your local communities with their little badges shooting people at will.
All right, we'll say goodbye to Jules. Thanks for hanging out with me, Jules. Absolutely, thanks for keeping us on the air at ucy.tv. Again, I'll mention ucy.tv always, every single day, 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. Broadcast, simulcasts, the Robin Freeland Show and the Jim Freeland Show afterwards. So I want to thank all the great folks over at ucy.tv, all the folks and all the other affiliates that I don't know about that broadcast or simulcast our show. Even if you just take the podcast and you put them on, a lot of the Robin Freeland shows are, it's morning show genre. It's a format that we try to bring you. Now, it's a little different when it's just me. It's a little different when I bring on guests and we get hard hitting. Those articles I always put up on my YouTube page. You can grab them there. And I always put them up there in 128K. I don't put all my shows up at 128K. That's for, we need to have something that Oracle members who pay for member archives have that, others don't, I guess is what it boils down to. And but the good ones, and the thing of it is it's entertaining. We're trying to, bring you the news of the day. You're going to hear after the Robin Freeland show and the Jim Freeland show, all the rest of the shows, the rest of the day are going to be, they're going to be talking about the things that we already talked about. And so,
getting it first, man. And if you want to help, you can help support not just our shows, but the network. May not be
say nice things about us.
Top of the morning.
Yeah, you can, you post us and put us out there and say nice things about us and, and whatnot, and tweet us and Twitter us and like our Facebook page. No, we're not. We're nothing special. I'm not the greatest. I'm not the next best. Nothing.
Just some people who care.
Just real people who care. That's me. That's Kurt. That's Jules. That's, all of us. No agenda. We're not paid by anybody. If we are paid by anybody, it's you guys.
They're slacking. If we're supposed to be getting paid by somebody.
Well, even a penny coming from the people that listen to my show is awesome. I get choked up. But, no, as far as being paid like shills, no.
Yeah.
We're not getting paid. Not at all. Not even a penny. No, and I've never met anybody in the woods so I could receive. Well, I guess I can't say that, but not any official people. I've never met anyone in the woods so I could, receive my payment. That was just so funny. Oh, nutcrackers. Oh, man. Tomorrow's show, we'll be a little more together.
AG is the symbol for silver on the periodic table of elements. And now, silvercoins.ag is the web address for buying silver coins close to melt value. Thanks to and because of you, the Oracle listeners, silvercoins.ag has massively upgraded their website with innovative features so you can get inexpensive silver. Silvercoins.ag now features streaming metal prices and streaming silver coin melt values. Silvercoins.ag now serves online retailers for silver coin bargains every minute of the day and finds great deals based on those silver coin melt values. Plus, Silvercoins.ag has expanded their extensive background history, composition, and data articles on silver coins and genres. So stop the endless web surfing for silver coin deals, because now you can visit and bookmark silvercoins.ag. For silver coins close to melt, go to silvercoins.ag.
Rising food prices, extreme weather, political and economic uncertainty. The one lesson learned by those who lived through Hurricane Katrina: if you're counting on your government to show up and take care of you in the event of a major disaster, you just might have to wait a long, long time. Will your family be ready in the event of an unexpected disaster or disruption? The best step towards preparedness is a quality storable food supply from Dry Harvest Foods. Dry Harvest offers healthy, high-quality storable food that you can depend on. Our food packages contain real meat, real butter, real cheese, with none of those cheap ingredients like soy protein substitutes. Dry Harvest has the highest calorie count per dollar in the industry, so you can feel confident and ready in these uncertain times. Some people worry, others prepare. Call Dry Harvest Foods at 406-587-4181 or visit callnow.org. That's Dry Harvest Foods, 406-587-4181, and visit callnow.org.
You are listening to the home of